In today's video, I'm going to be showing you the best play from every team's playbook. Now, I'm not going to repeat any of the plays, so you're going to get 32 unique plays, and most of them are in multiple playbooks. So by the end of the video, you'll have a ton of new plays to add to your arsenal. If you want to stay up to date on Madden tips like this all year long, make sure to subscribe and turn the bell icon on. Starting with the Chicago Bears, we're looking at the shotgun trio Y flex. The play we're going to look at is dagger, and up at the top of the screen, you'll notice the other playbooks that also contain this play. The thing I love about this play right off the bat is the running back delayed route. You can hit him right as he turns upfield against zone coverage and pick up an easy 5 to 7 yards underneath the zones. Now, if it was man coverage, you could let him complete his entire route and hit him as he crosses. The crossing route on this play is also super deadly, as they always are in Madden. It beats zone, it beats man. You could check it down underneath to the tight end to pick up great yards against zone and beat man coverage. And you also have a dig route coming over at the end of the play that can beat man and zone coverage as well. Next up are the Bengals, and we're going to the gun bunch quads. The play we're going to look at is drag under. Now, right off the bat, there's a lot of good things going on with this play. We can hit this drag route underneath against zone and man. He's going to pick up a lot of good yardage for us, as you can see here. We also have a nice deep crossing route that does really good against man and zone as well. We can quick pass the tight end wheel route against certain zones like cover 3, and if they throw a cover 2 at us, we have the outside wheel route down the sideline for a huge play, potentially a one-play touchdown. Next up, we have the Buffalo Bills. Out of the trips tight end formation, the play is PA counter go. Now, I like to change this play up a little bit to make it a little bit better. I like to put the tight end on a streak route, and then I like to put the X receiver on a drag, and this is going to create a nice high-low concept on the right side of the field. The crossing route is the most deadly part of this play. It's going to cook man coverage and also get open against zone on the sideline. You also have the drag coming underneath against zone and man as well for a nice easy read over the middle, and then this Y route on the outside can do a really good job at cooking man coverage. For the Denver Broncos, we're going to shotgun tight, and we're going to look at the play called Z-Spot. Now, what I love about this play is that you've got 2 corner routes on each side. All I like to do is put the B receiver on a streak, and the first thing I'm looking for is the running back leaking out of the backfield. He'll get underneath a lot of zone coverage for easy yards, and if they defend him, that means the corner route will be wide open. This is also a good route against man coverage as well. On the left side of the field, you've got the C route or corner route that's going to do good against man and get open against zone on the sideline, and underneath you have the whip route cutting to the sideline that can also pick up good yards. Up next are the Browns with the bunch Y flex formation. The play is called dagger. Now, the only adjustment I like to make here is to streak the X tight end, and that's it. The first route I'm looking for is the A receiver on the crossing route. He will beat man and beat zone. You can quick pass the X tight end to the inside against a lot of zone coverages as well. With the running back, if you quick pass him underneath when he sits down, he can pick up some good yardage against zone coverage. And the B receiver coming over the middle late will cook man coverage and usually find a spot open in the zone just like this for some big gains. Up next are the Bucs with shotgun tight. The play we're going to look at is the Bucs post. This is a great stock play that doesn't need any adjustments. The first thing I'm looking for is the running back out of the backfield. He'll get underneath zones, usually for an easy 5 yards. Then you got the B receiver cutting over the middle. He beats man and he gets underneath zones. It's one of the best routes in the game. It gets crazy yardage with not a lot of work. You also have the X receiver going to the outside against man coverage if you have a good route runner. The post route to the tight end can beat man and zone pretty effectively. And if you have a good route runner at the Y spot, this can do a good job at beating man and zone to the sideline as well. Up next, the Arizona Cardinals with the shotgun cluster halfback strong. The play we're going to look at is mesh post. What I like to do here is I like to streak the X receiver, and I want to put the RB receiver on a drag. Then you're going to have the tight end that's going to come in an auto motion to the left side of the field, and he is usually the first guy I'm going to look at. If I think it's zone coverage, he's going to get open on the sideline a lot of times just like this for a nice big pickup. You also are going to have some other routes on this play like the drag coming underneath. It'll beat man and get underneath the zones if you pass it quick enough. You also have the post route, which is going to beat man and zone. It's a very good post route. You can also quick pass the running back if it's zoned just like this and pick up some easy yards underneath. Now we have the Chargers with the shotgun empty bunch wide. The play we're going to look at is the drive wheel, a play with a lot of good stock routes, and right off the bat you can see here we've got the drag route coming underneath, always a good reliable route against man and against zone. You have the corner route going to the sideline, which can also beat man and zone pretty easily. You're going to have this wheel route down the sideline. If they throw a cover 2 at you, you can pick up big gains with that. Against man, you have this nice out route by your running back, and then of course you have this in route coming over against man and zone coverage, which picks up big yardage as well. Up next are the Chiefs with the shotgun bunch tight end. The play we're going to look at is the PA boot over, one of the best plays in the game. How I like to set this play up is I want to put the tight end on a streak and I want to put the running back on an in route. And with all these crossing routes right here, this is almost an impossible play to defend. You can dump it down quick to the B receiver. He gets underneath a lot of zones and he will cook man. You've got the crossing route to Y, which is one of the best routes in the game, beats man and finds open holes against zone just like that. And then you got the running back leaking out to the other side of the field, which will also do a good job at beating man and zone coverage. Up next are the Colts with the gun bunch offset. The play we're going to be looking at is double post, one of the best plays in the game. The only thing I like to do here as far as a setup is I want to take the RB receiver and put him on a drag, and that is it. The first thing you're going to look to hit is the tight end really quickly. Against zone, you can pass this really quickly, get upfield for easy yards, 5 to 7 yards really consistently. Then you have these underneath meshing routes with the running back and the drag route. Both are going to do a good job against man and getting underneath zone coverage. And then of course you have a great post route on this play that does a good job against man in zone as well. Next, we have the Cowboys with the gun empty tray stack. The play is called curl switch, a very underrated play that not a lot of people know about. All I like to do is take the Y receiver and put him on a streak, and that is it. The first route I'm looking to hit is this somewhat of a speed boost drag that comes over the middle, good against man, good against zone. Then you've got the whip route on the other side of the field, which can also do a good job against man and zone coverage as well. Then, of course, you're going to have this nice post route cutting over the middle that's going to always find an opening against zone coverage. And then you have the dig route coming over the middle late, which could do good against man and zone for big yards. Up next are the Dolphins with the gun A slot. The play we're going to be looking at is the PA read. Now, I do like to make a bit of a setup to this play. I want to streak the tight end, and I want to put the running back on an in route. And what you're going to see here is we're going to have these dual crossing routes and post routes. So they're going to do a really good job. First, you've got the Y tight end. He'll do a pretty good job against man if you got a good route runner, and he'll find an opening against the zone. You've got the running back leaking out to the other side, which is going to pick up really good yards against both man and zone coverage as well. And then you have this post in the slot that can do a really good job, especially against man if you have a good route runner. Up next, we got the Eagles with the trips tight end flex. The play we're going to be looking at is called dagger. The play is good stock. You don't have to make any adjustments to it. The first thing I'm always looking for is the tight end for a quick pass. He gets underneath zones because the deep routes pull him back, and if he's got a little bit of speed, he should do a good job against man as well. Then you got the crossing route, which is going to cook man and find an opening against zone on the sideline just like this. And then at the end of the play, you've got this dig route coming over the middle, which is good against man and zone. Now we've got the Falcons with the gun bunch formation. The play we're going to be looking at is deep corner, and this play has a lot of good routes that we can frustrate our opponents with. On the right side of the field, we have a corner and flat combo that works really well together. The corner will beat man and get open in the zones just like that, but the tight end is a really good delayed flat route, which you can quick pass underneath a lot of zones and get up the field for big yardage. And then on the back end, you have this dig route that does good against man and zone as well for some nice gains. For the Washington football team, we're looking at the empty bunch formation. The play we're looking at is called verticals. To set this up, I want to put the A tight end on a drag because with this formation, I find that it just works better that way. First thing I'm looking for is the running back on his wheel route, which will do a good job against a lot of zones like cover 3 and cover 4. If they were to hit you with a cover 2, then you've got the B wheel route on the outside down the sideline for a huge gain and sometimes a one-play touchdown. Then, of course, you have these underneath crossing routes. You've got the Y route, which is a little bit of a shake slant, will do a good job against a man in zone. And then you have the drag route going the other way, which also does a good job. Now we got the 49ers. We're looking at the gun tight formation. The play is called slot post, one of the better tight formation passing plays in the game. All I like to do is put the running back on an in route, and that's it. First thing I'm looking to hit is this Y receiver with this little bit of a quick cutting in route. Does a good job against man in zone. Then you got the running back leaking out to the other side, which is going to do a great job against man in zone as well. Then you've got the A tight end who can also do a good job against man in zone. Sometimes it's a little bit longer developing, so you have to buy time. Then if they hit you with a cover 2, you have these wheel routes on the sideline, which you can pass to the outside for huge gains. For the Giants, we're going to be looking at the single back deuce close. The play is tight end angle, one of the best stock plays in the game every year. The corner route on this play is super deadly. It's going to cook man and it's going to get open against zone just like this. Always has a nice window where you can hit it on the sideline. You've got the drag route coming underneath, which also does good against man in zone to pick up easy yards. And then the A tight end has this little bit of a trail route, which is going to absolutely kill man and work pretty good against zone as well. For the Jags, we're in the gun bunch, halfback strong. The play we're going to be looking at is the Y trail, one of the toughest plays to defend in the game. All I like to do here is put the B receiver on a streak, and that's it. The first thing I'm looking at on this play is the corner route and the halfback going to the right side of the field. The corner route will typically do a good job against both man and zone. The running back out of the backfield, if the zones are playing far back, he'll get underneath for easy yards like that. Then the tight end on the trail route will cook man, but also get underneath a lot of zone coverage as well. And then you have the post route, which is going to do a good job against man and zone. For the Jets, we're looking at the gun split close, and we're looking at the ever popular play halfback wheel. This play's been good in the game since, I don't know, forever, I guess you could say. First thing I like to do is hit the running backs out of the backfield. They do a good job at getting underneath zones if they're not playing aggressive underneath, and it's the easiest yards you can pick up. Then, of course, you have this deep in route coming open over the middle that beats man and zone, and then you have the corner route to the sideline against man and zone as well. And last but not least, if they hit you with a cover 2 man or just a cover 2 zone, this deep post can split the safeties for huge gains down the field. Now let's talk about the Lions. We're in the trips tight end formation. The play we're looking at is the curl flat. All I like to do on this play is take the tight end, put him on an out route, and that's all we got to do. The running back will cook man coverage and usually get underneath zones easily just like that. You've also got some other good routes on this play, like the post route going over the middle, which beats man and zone. On the left side of the field, you have a curl flat concept. You can dump it down to the flat if the zones play back. If the zones play up, you can throw it to the curl route for a big gain. And against man, you can always look to the tight end for an easy gain down the sideline. For the Packers playbook, we're looking at the gun tight offset tight end. The play we're going to be using is Y out. Now, the corner route ran by the Y wide receiver here might be the best one in the game. It cooks man coverage and it gets open on the sideline against zones just like that for very easy pickups. Then you have the drag route going to the other side of the field, which is also going to do a good job against man and zone. You have the tight end that runs a bit of a speed out here that works really, really well against man coverage for easy pickups. If you think your opponent's running man, leave him on that. But otherwise, you can also put him on a drag, and then you get meshing drags underneath, and this setup also works really well. I like to use this a lot. For the Panthers, we're looking at the gun tray Y flex, and we're looking at one of my favorite plays, dagger. Now, I know we covered this in the Eagles playbook as well. It's almost the same play, but this formation is slightly different, and it's in a lot of playbooks, so I wanted to put this in here. The first thing I'm looking at is a tight end. It gets underneath zones very easily like that, and it beats man coverage. The crossing route on this play might be the best one in the game. It beats man, and it gets open on the sideline against zone like that, and then the deep dig route over the middle beats man in zone as well. In the Patriots playbook, we're looking at the gun A slot offset. The play we're going to be using is post, which is one of my favorite plays every year. The first thing I look for in this play is the running back out of the backfield. He will cook man coverage and get underneath zones just like that. You can quick pass the Y tight end if the zones are playing back for an easy pickup as well. If the zones play into the flat or if you're going against a man, the corner route is a great option. Then you've got the deep post that can cook cover 2 man and cover 2 zone down the middle. For the Raiders, we're looking at the I form close. The play is going to be the PA tight end leak. We're going under center to switch it up a little bit here. The first thing I'm looking for is the fullback out of the backfield. Underneath zones, he picks up 5 to 6 yards, and against a blitz, he's a great option for a big gain as well. The big route on this play is the B post route. It'll beat man and it'll beat zone if you let it cross over the field just like that for huge gains. Then I like to also look at the A tight end. He can beat man. He can also beat cover 2 very well down the sideline. And then you got the deep post, which can also cook cover 2 man and cover 2 zone. For the Rams, we're looking at the gun tight flex. The play we're going to be using is the PA post shot, one of the deadliest plays in the game. So many good crossing routes on this play. The first route I'm looking for is the tight end on the drag because it's an easy, quick dump down. It beats man, it beats zone. If it's there, you take it. The big route on this play is the B crossing route. He will cook man, but he will also get open against zone down the sideline, just like that. Then you have the Y receiver on his crossing route. He does a really good job at finding openings against zone. And if you have a good route runner there, he will cook man coverage just like this and get super wide open for a huge gain. In the Ravens playbook, we're looking at the gun spread Y flex. The play we're looking at is circle, one of the better plays in the game. The running back route is really good. You can quick pass it against zone like that to get underneath them for easy yards. If it's man, you can let him cross over the field like this and also pick up easy yards. He's a very, very good route. Then, of course, you have the out route on the sideline, which can beat zone and man depending on what type of zone coverage it is. And then you have the crossing route that also beats man and zone for huge gains. For the Saints, we're looking at the gun Y off trio weak. The play is going to be called Saints out. A really good stock play. The first 2 things I'm looking for are the running back or the tight end out of the backfield. If their zones are playing back, they're easy 5 to 6 to 7 yard pickups, just easy dump downs all day long. Then you've got the out routes on both sides of the field, which beat man, and they beat zone if the zones are playing more shallow. And then you have the post route, which cooks man and zone. Up next are the Seahawks. Out of the gun bunch formation, we're looking at mesh post, always one of the most solid plays in the game every year. What I like to do for a setup here is put the X receiver on an out route, because this helps clear out the running back here, which is a great quick pass against a lot of zone coverages. Then of course you got the drag route coming underneath that, which can also be a really good pickup against zone and man. And then you have the tight end on a quick pass that also does a good job against zone, picking up easy yards, as you can see. And then the money route is the post route. It beats man, it beats zone. It's one of the best post routes in the game to pick up easy yardage. For the Steelers, we're going to be looking at the shotgun trio formation. The play is going to be called Steeler Dig. To set this play up, I like to put the X receiver on a drag to give me an extra option underneath on the middle. But at first, I'm looking at the running back and the tight end. If the zones are playing back, I can dump it down to the running back for easy yards. If the zones play down, or if they're playing man, the tight end is going to cook as he's on a very good corner route. You have the drag open over the middle, and you have the deeper dig route over the middle that beats man and zone. Then you've got the deep post, which can cook cover 2 zone literally for one play touchdowns just like that. For the Texans, we're looking at the single back bunch tight end. The play is cross drag, a very good stock play. So many crossing routes, so hard to defend. I'm always looking for the tight end first on these type of plays because it usually gets forgotten about and he gets easy yards against man and zone. The crossing route's going to do a good job against man and zone as well. Crossing routes are always good in Madden. And then of course you have the dig route over the middle that does good against man and zone. In the Titans playbook, we're looking at the gun bunch formation, and it's time to talk about the play verticals. If you're a Madden fan, you knew this play had to come up at some point. What I like to do here is put the running back on an option route to give us an extra option on the play. The first thing I'm looking for is the tight end on his wheel route. Does a good job against zone coverages like cover 3, cover 4. If it's a cover 2, however, you have the outside wheel route, which gets open wide down the sideline for a huge gain. Then of course you have your trusty crossing route. If you have a good route runner here, he's going to beat man, and he's going to usually find an opening against zone to fit the ball in. The running back against zone will sit down underneath like this for a huge gain, but if they run man, he will cut to the sideline for another huge gain just like that. In the Vikings playbook, we're looking at the shotgun Trey Y flex. The play we're looking at is PA crossers. Another play that you had to figure would come up if you're familiar with the game. Always a good play. I like to put the tight end on a streak, and I like to put the Y wide receiver on a drag. And we're really playing off the crossing route and the drag route here. This crossing route is super powerful. It cooks man, and it gets open against zone just like that. But you also have the drag coming underneath that you can throw quickly to get good yards against man and zone coverage as well. And the tight end, you can throw a quick inside streak against a lot of zone coverages like that. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Check out some of these other helpful videos up here on the screen and in the pinned comment. I'll have a bunch of videos to help you with your Madden game. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys next time.